On August 12th, at 3:14 a.m., every radio telescope on Earth detected a signal that wasn't supposed to exist. For decades, we've pointed our antennas to the sky, listening for anything that could prove we aren't alone. We listened through cosmic noise, the faint whispers of distant stars, and the echoes of the Big Bang itself. But what we heard on that night was different. It was loud, it was clear, and it was artificial. This is the story of the signal that changed everything. It lasted just 43 seconds. But in those seconds, the world stopped. News channels interrupted their broadcasts, reporting on a mysterious transmission of unknown origin. On social media, theories exploded. Was it a solar flare, a military experiment, or something else entirely? In cities across the globe, people gathered in public squares, their eyes glued to giant screens, united by a single profound question. For less than a minute, humanity held its breath, waiting for an answer. The silence that followed was louder than the signal itself. Where did it come from? That was the first puzzle. Using a technique called interferometry, astronomers from every major observatory combined their data, triangulating the signal's point of origin with pinpoint accuracy. The source wasn't in our solar system, or even our local stellar neighborhood. It originated from a staggering 1,900 light-years away, from a desolate patch of sky officially catalogued as Void Sector 9, a region with no known stars, no nebulae, and no galaxies. It was a message from the middle of nowhere. It came from the absolute darkness between the stars, a place where, according to our understanding of the universe, nothing should be. At first, the signal seemed like a chaotic blast of radio waves. But when scientists zoomed in, they found something hidden inside the noise, a pattern, a repeating, structured sequence that defied any natural explanation. It wasn't the rhythmic pulse of a pulsar or the random crackle of a magnetar. It was mathematics. It was a language built on prime numbers and Fibonacci sequences concepts we consider universal. Deep within the transmission, they found a blueprint. Not random cosmic vibrations, but a deliberate, intelligent message. Within hours, the world's most powerful governments went on high alert. For the first time in over 30 years, multiple nations activated Protocol 7, the top-secret, coordinated response plan for confirmed extraterrestrial contact. Lights flickered on at the Pentagon. Emergency conferences were held at NASA. It was a silent, global mobilization, hidden from the public eye. The protocol was designed for a scenario experts believed would never happen. But now it was real. Classified documents, later leaked, showed a unified directive: secure the data, control the narrative, and prepare for what comes next. So, what did this history-making signal actually sound like? Audio engineers worked tirelessly, filtering out background radiation and reconstructing the original waveform. They converted the radio frequencies into audible sound, running it through powerful spectrograms that turned the waves into images. When slowed down to a playable speed, the result was simple, chilling, and undeniably biological. It wasn't a screech or a complex melody. It sounded like a heartbeat. A slow, steady, low-frequency pulse, like something massive sleeping in the void. This wasn't the first time Earth had received a strange, unexplained message from the stars. In 1977, the Big Ear radio telescope detected the infamous "wow" signal, a powerful 72-second burst that has baffled scientists ever since. But that signal never repeated. This one did. When astronomers cross-referenced the new signal with historical data, they made a shocking confirmation. The origin point was the exact same region of space as the "wow" signal. It was the same source, calling back after nearly 50 years of silence. This time, however, it wasn't just a single "wow," it was a conversation. The most terrifying discovery was yet to come. A team of astrophysicists realized the signal wasn't just audio. It was a data packet containing three-dimensional spatial information. When they mapped the mathematical patterns onto a 3D grid, a shape began to emerge. The signal wasn't a message in the traditional sense. It was a map. It contained a set of coordinates, and those coordinates weren't pointing to a distant star or an unknown galaxy. They were pointing directly to our own solar system. They were pointing to Earth. But why now? Why send a signal that takes almost 2 millennia to arrive at this specific moment? The answer was written in the stars. Planetary scientists calculated that every 2,400 years, Earth enters a rare celestial alignment with the signal's origin point in Void Sector 9. During this brief cosmic window, any transmission sent between the two locations is amplified, making communication possible across the vast emptiness. That alignment happened this week. We weren't just listening. We were positioned perfectly to receive the call. Hours after the first 43-second signal faded into silence, just as the world began to process its implications, a second transmission appeared. It was shorter, simpler, and far more direct. The waveform stabilized, and the message was instantly decoded. It wasn't a complex mathematical equation or a set of coordinates. It was 2 words. 2 words that confirmed our greatest hopes and our deepest fears. The message simply said, "We are here."